Josh, where have you been? Jayhood, where have you been? What happened? Did you stop making YouTube videos? What, did the world end? What happened? Well, let's find out. What's on, guys? Jayhood back with you. Today, welcome back to Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. We're back here with some Skid Row Hardpoint here on Ranked Play. And let's just start with the obvious, right? I may not sound as normal as, before. And that's because my microphone is broken. And I don't know why, but I've tried what seems to be every single possible troubleshooting thing that I could figure out, look up, email, Twitter DMs, everything. Have not figured it out yet. And we're using my webcam mic. So hopefully it doesn't sound too bad. And if it does sound a little bad, hopefully I'm able to adjust it a little bit in post. But for now, this is all I have to work with, unfortunately, until I order a new one. So that's been on the cards for the last little bit, trying to figure it out, get some help, because, spending money that you don't need to is never fun. But either way, we are back here with Season 3 of Call of Duty is finally here in game, and we have lots of new changes. There's a lot of things on the kind of the poster for this, I guess, if you want to call it that. So Resurgence is back in Warzone. There's Ranked Play in there as well. A bunch more stuff to do with Rebirth Island. Some more Warzone stuff in here that, again, doesn't really apply to me, but a lot of really, big Warzone stuff. And, for Warzone, cool, right? You got to kind of get the main priority here, it seems like, and good for you. But on to things that most people care about is multiplayer, at least, people I like to associate with is the multiplayer. So we are getting, 6 new maps in the game, and I kind of wanted to talk about that, right? So we've only seen, or at least I've only played one of these maps so far. So we have Emergency, which is 6v6, 6-star, which is also 6v6, so the normal core multiplayer. Then we have Grime, which apparently is coming in season at some point, which is another 6v6 map. I guess all these are 6v6 maps, so I can kind of stop saying that. But then we have Tanked, which has a picture of a shark, so that could only be kind of cool. You have Grow House, which is a remastered map, which is interesting. I don't know if I remember what map that is. Then we have Checkpoint, which is our last in-season 6v6 map, which is cool, right? We have some more maps in the game. If I could stand playing public match for more than a game or two, maybe I would explore playing them. And maybe if I don't rage enough over all the crap that's in public match, I might be able to get some gameplays on those new maps and actually see if those are any good or not, and see if they're viable for competitive. Also, we have, 4 new game modes, not to say new as a whole, but new into the game. So Capture the Flag is back in the game. One in the Chamber, which has been sorely missed in my opinion, is back as well. Minefield, which I guess is a new game mode. So we have 2 new game modes. I guess Escort isn't. Escort I've had before. It's kind of like you gotta stay with your robot or whatever it is, tank, whatever it may be. You gotta stay with it. You gotta move it throughout the map. You gotta just kind of slay your way and get it to the other objective. But One in the Chamber has always been a good game mode throughout the past. Just a party game, kind of relax a little bit in between, ranked play. Trying to grind that out in public match, which can always be frustrating. That it's a nice little change of pace. Minefield, I don't know what that's all about. I have not seen it. I have not played it. Both coming in season, by the way, that and Escort. But Minefield maybe is you try to figure out your way through a minefield. I don't know. I mean, that'd be kind of lame, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. MWZ, I'm not even sure what is that. Zombies, I would assume. So there's new story missions, a rift, a new warlord, whatever that means, new schematics. All right, cool. More like Warzone. Don't really understand what that is all encasing. But again, we get some new game modes, get some new maps. But what else do we get in here? So we have some new weapons, operators, and more. So we have the FJX Horus, which almost kind of looks like an MP7 type gun, which I have faced off against, and people are absolutely beaming with it. Then we also have the Moors from Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, along with the BAL-27, so that was the main AR in Advanced Warfare, along with the Gladiator, which I would assume that is a melee weapon, but I could be wrong about that one, but it looks pretty much like a melee weapon. Could be like ballistic knives, I'm not exactly sure, but we'll have to see that in game. We have, what is that, 4 or 5 new operators there. So you have 4 new operators there, as far 3 new part of the battle pass, 1 part of Black Cell, some new perks. We have antenna reinforced boots, gunslinger vest, modular assault rig, compression carrier. We have a new equipment, new field upgrade, aftermarket parts, which I've never even touched, but the EMD mine, the enhanced vision goggles. Then we move on, we have a couple of events as well. Vortex Virus mainframe, whatever that may mean, along with the Call of Duty Endowment You Assist Veterans, which I'm a little bit familiar with that event. I know Optic did an event with them a while ago. I know FaZe was doing an event, and I think a bunch of other people were, along with Call of Duty in general. They were doing like big live streams for the Call of Duty Endowment, which has something to do with veterans and something. I'm not, like I said, not super familiar, but you know, it is super cool that they're doing something like that. Then we also have Godzilla slash, is that King Kong? I'm not really sure. But Godzilla, Scar, King, and Shimo, I'm not really sure. As well as, I don't know what that is, but some kind of collaboration or something to do with something that I'm not very familiar with. Most importantly, I want to emphasize the multiplayer stuff, right? Because we are desperately needed more maps and new maps, and not necessarily new and good maps, but they have to be playable. They have to be good. They have to play well, and we have to actually get more maps in the game to remove some of the ones that are absolutely terrible. Not to mention just a couple: High Rise, Terminal, Invasion, Karachi. I mean, I could keep going on, but I would literally name almost all of the maps in the entire game. But then also Capture the Flag, right? Everyone has kind of said, like, why is this not our third game mode? Why is Control in there? Controls, I mean, we've talked about that so much as far as the third game mode for the CDL. Do we think it should be in there? Do we not? I mean, it's always a age-old question. But we did make a video about that a long time ago, that what should be the third game mode for the CDL. It's been a while. We talked about Domination, Control, Capture the Flag. I think, what's that other one with the bomb sites? Oh, Demolition, Domination. There was 2 of them. There were similar names. But there has been a lot of them, right? TDM, I mean, but TDM is kind of like a camp fest, so you can't really do that. But, I mean, lots of cool stuff coming. I'm just hoping that these maps are good. I mean, the game modes, Capture the Flag's exciting. One of the Chambers exciting. The other 2 probably won't play too much of it. But like I said, that big thing for me is 6 new maps, right? That is the biggest thing. Looks like 3 we are getting right away, and then we're getting a remastered one. I'm assuming that one's already out because it doesn't say in season. So maybe 4 right away, and then Grime and Checkpoint coming at a later time. So like I said, that's super cool that we have some new stuff. Season 3, I really wish we wouldn't just wait till all these new seasons, for this new stuff to come. Whenever they have a good map and they could bring it out, beta test it, and we could actually get to playing it, would be super cool. But in the meantime, we'll be happy with what you got. Can't complain too much since they are trying and they are bringing out some new stuff. So we do appreciate that. I want to play more of these maps before I give a full opinion on them. But I've only played one of them so far, that being 6 Star. So, we didn't really have a great time on there, but maybe the other ones will be a little bit better. But that's going to do it for today's video. If you did enjoy, make sure to hit the like button down below if you haven't yet, or if you're brand new here, make sure to subscribe. And as always, guys, we'll see you in the next one.